G'day everyone, this is Aidan Green from Inspire Cowork and filmed by Jamie Walker from Studio Twofold.
Hello.
We're here to help you out with getting started with video conferencing for the first time. Everyone's needing to jump onto it for their work from home requirements. Sometimes you've got remote meetings that are being forced on you that you're just not sure how to do. So let's go through what you need in the real basic sense and how to join. So we've got a bit of a setup here. Now, you don't actually, if you're doing it just by yourself from home, really all you need is your laptop that you've got there and some type of headset or speakers. So everyone's pretty much got these, Apple or
lying around somewhere.
Phones lying around somewhere. Point is, got that little microphone on it. That's the really important piece here. And if you're lucky enough to have your full almost gaming setup, these are fantastic as well. Where's this little
stealth mic? Yeah,
stealth mic sitting on the bottom, like that. And this little microphone makes a big difference. Now, explain to you why it makes a big difference. Is because the microphone in your laptop is doing it's omnidirectional. It's trying to pick up sound from everywhere. Doesn't quite work as good as it'd like to be. Whereas if you've got the headphones in and that little microphone picking up here, you can talk a lot softer on your meetings. So you don't have to sit there and yell loudly trying to get the other person to hear. And you also don't get the kids in the background as much, kicking balls, turning the tap on, all the home noises. They're muffled a little bit more with your little headset and speaker here instead of that microphone that you get on your computer. Now, if you're going to have a group setting, here's where you get a little bit different. If you go buy yourself one of these meeting speakers and microphones, I got here the Plantronics one. What type is it? P610. I've had this for quite a while. It's really good. We'll show you a little bit more details on this one. But you can have your laptop set up in the background, your microphone set up a little bit in the middle where you're going to sit everyone. And it's a good idea because we'll see this a bit later. You want to be sitting away from the camera so they can actually see you and the group can see you. So your little wireless mouse and keyboard, or even a wide one so you can come back a bit, makes a big difference in not needing to kind of run up, press mute or press a button, come back to where you're sitting so they can see you. This is essentially the whole setup. Now lastly, yes, you want to have it plugged into a PowerPoint. It's pretty common that things start going bad just because you haven't got any power on your laptop. And we're lucky enough to have Ethernet, so wired for your connection. And it's really common that you're going to have just a bad Wi-Fi signal. People think it's the internet. A lot of the time it's just Wi-Fi. So plug in by Ethernet cable, at least you know that's not the problem. Next, if you've got kids at home, other people in the house, tell them all you're doing a video conference and not to use Netflix, because it's actually the little pipe at the end of your modem which stops all
the
of
pipes get blocked.
Yeah, everything's getting blocked. So just say, I've got to spend 5 minutes on this video conference. Please don't use Netflix, iTunes,
YouTube. Anything that's going to use a lot of internet.
That's right. Basically, simple browsing is all they should be doing while you're doing a video conference. Now, that's your hardware setup and general idea of what's happening. What's going to happen when you get sent an invite that you need to join? You get an email. In that email, they're all pretty much the same, whether it's Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Skype. You get a link inside that. You've got it here. Basically, it's some type of web link. You click on that web link. It opens up a web browser, prompts you to either download and install the software, and that happens really quite quickly. They're not a big, heavy file these days. And you can click open to actually open the software once it's installed. Here's an example where we've joined, and it's got a really nice, Zoom in particular, it's got a really nice test system. So I can go here and test speaker and microphone to try and figure out, is it using the right detail? So do you hear the ringtone?
Testing the sound. Yes, we can.
Great. So speakers are working. You know you're going to hear people on the other side now. You don't have to go, can you hear me? Can you hear me in that sense?
Now we're testing our microphone.
Now I can do a test on the microphone.
Now we're testing our microphone.
Now I can do a test on the microphone. Now I'm talking quite softly over in the back here. Do you think they can still hear me? Quite softly over in the back here. Great. So turn this off so we don't get the echo. Turn this off so we don't get the echo. And yelling loudly doesn't make much of a difference. And yelling loudly doesn't make much of a difference.
Yeah, it sounds worse.
Okay, great. We hear it. Now, there was a little drop-down box that allows you to choose the internal microphone or the internal speakers. With this, if you've got an external microphone and speaker set up, it tends to just pick that up for you automatically. You don't have to worry about it. But at least now that gives you a bit of feedback. You know the other person's going to hear you. And it's a good idea to do what I did. Walk around the room if you do have one of these setups. See when it drops out. See what tone you really need to be speaking. Because it's not nice for the other people in the room for you constantly yelling when the other people on the other side don't need it. So let's join. Press the join button with the computer audio. And there are options where you can join by dialing in on the telephone. If you really don't have a good internet connection, it's struggling, I do suggest using that telephone number, and in which case you've got to grab your phone, dial a phone number, put in a PIN, and then you'll be going through your telephone audio and not through the computer audio. We're going to do the computer audio at the moment.
Okay.
So now I'm going to start the video just so you get an idea of where we are. So we can see we're in the video. Actually, we can go full screen. So there was a little button here to go full screen. And now we're in the meeting. So you just wait for the other people, the other attendees. If you're not sure if they've joined or not, there is a button here for manage participants, and you can see who's inside the meeting. At the moment, it's just us. As more people join, that'll turn up, and you'll be able to see whether they're muted, whether they have their camera turned on, and it's everything you need to know for the meeting. Now, this is meetings in general. I'd like to do another video coming up, watch this space, on how to manage your team collaboration through other tools like Microsoft Teams. So that way you don't have to schedule meetings, book them, which is more for your customers. So Zoom, this type of setup, is great for having those customer meetings. But when you want to have short fire communications between your teams, keep that company culture going while you're distributed, have those morning huddles. Hey, how you going? Have your coffee. Keep that culture going. We'll cover that on that next video. Thank you very much. This is Aidan Green and Jamie Walker from Inspire Cowork and Studio Twofold.
Thank you, guys.